Reflexive verbs are just like any other verbs, except they are used with a reflexive pronoun. So what's a reflexive pronoun? If you've got the idea of the reflection of yourself in the mirror, if you think of a reflexive pronoun, it will refer to a direct object that is the same as the subject. If I look at one example, I fell and I hurt myself. I is the subject, and I've got this pronoun myself that is the reflection of I. It is the equivalent. I and myself are the same thing. Therefore, myself is a reflexive pronoun. In my second example, he cut himself shaving. He is the subject. Himself is the pronoun that is reflecting on he. Himself is the reflexive pronoun. In English, they look like that: myself, yourself, himself, etc. Let's go back to the definition. Reflexive verbs are normal verbs to which a reflexive pronoun is added, thus modifying the meaning. So if I say laver, to wash, I can say je lave la voiture, I wash the car. Now if I add a reflexive pronoun to this verb, laver, we'll have se laver, this is the pronoun, and this time it will not mean to wash something, but to wash myself. Therefore we're going to have je me lave, I wash myself, I have a wash. As I said, reflexive verbs work as any other verbs. All you have to do is to add the reflexive pronoun. So let's take this verb, laver, to wash, which is a normal verb in the infinitive, and then in the present tense it will go je lave, tu laves, il lave, etc. Now to turn this verb into a reflexive verb, I'm going to add the pronoun se in the infinitive, and we'll turn it into to have a wash or to wash oneself. Now for each of the other subject pronouns, we're going to have the equivalent reflexive pronouns. So for je lave, if I want to say I wash myself, I'm going to use the pronoun me. Je me lave, I have a wash. Tu te laves, il se lave, elle se lave, on se lave. Now it will sound a bit strange, but that's the way it is. Nous nous lavons, vous vous lavez, il se lave, elle se lave. Try to remember je me, tu te, il se, elle se, on se, nous nous, vous vous, il se, elle se, plus a verb. And for example, je me lève in the present tense, je me levais in the imperfect tense, je me lèverai in the future tense. For the immediate future, to say that you are going to do something, we need the verb aller. Therefore, je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. And we need an infinitive verb. So let's take the verb se reposer, to relax, and we add it. Of course, we need to change the reflexive pronoun so that it matches the subject pronoun. So, je vais se reposer will become je vais me reposer, tu vas te reposer, il va se reposer, elle va se reposer, on va se reposer, nous allons nous reposer, vous allez vous reposer, ils vont se reposer, elles vont se reposer. Now the structure of the immediate future resembles the structure of modal verbs. So if I want to say I want to relax, I'm going to say je veux me reposer. Il doit se reposer will be he must relax, and nous pouvons nous reposer, we can relax. In the perfect tense, reflexive verbs work like être verbs. So we need the auxiliary être, and we end up with je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, elle s'est, on s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes, ils se sont, elles se sont. And of course, we need the past participle. So again, the verb se reposer will become je me suis reposé, tu t'es reposé, il s'est reposé, elle s'est reposée, on s'est reposé, nous nous sommes reposés, vous vous êtes reposés, ils se sont reposés, elles se sont reposées. As I said, reflexive verbs are just like any other verbs, so of course the list is endless, but here are some useful ones. S'asseoir, s'appeler, se baigner, se coucher, se dépêcher, se doucher, s'énerver, se fâcher, s'habiller, s'inquiéter, s'inscrire, s'intéresser, se lever, se marier, se promener, se reposer, se réveiller. Just to finish off, a little bit of practice. Your task is to fill in the gap in order to match the English translation. So the English translation here is he gets angry easily. It is the present tense. To get angry is se fâcher. Therefore, he gets angry easily. Il se fâche facilement. This time we have I bathed. It's the perfect tense, the past tense. To bathe is se baigner. Therefore, in the perfect tense, this sentence using a reflexive verb is going to be je me suis baigné. To translate we must hurry, we have to bear in mind that we've got the modal verb devoir, nous devons, we must, which is going to be followed with an infinitive. So the verb to hurry is se dépêcher. And of course, we need to remember to use the correct reflexive pronoun with nous, which happens to be nous. Therefore, we must hurry is nous devons nous dépêcher. We're going to use a very common reflexive verbs to mention names. It is the verb s'appeler, which is slightly irregular in the present tense. And to say her name is Sarah, we're going to say elle s'appelle Sarah with an extra L. The children are waking up. This is the present tense. Remember that there's no difference in French with the children are waking up and the children wake up. It's always going to be the present tense. So to wake up is se réveiller. Therefore, the children are waking up. Les enfants se réveillent. I have used phonics in this lesson, so if you want to find out a bit more, you can watch this lesson and download the summary sheet from my website.